Hey, what's up everyone? I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and tonight I went out with a couple friends and I was telling them my story, and I was telling them about an experience that I didn't know had impacted my life as much as it had until I told them the story and I started looking back, and I didn't know that it changed so much. But when I look back and I can see that that was the moment that pinpointed my life and kind of took it and turned it and went into a different direction, or kind of like transferred me into a new paradigm, if that even makes sense. But the experience was that I was telling them was, this was 2 years ago, and my brother Riley, when he came home off of his mission and he got married, he was a solar salesman. He still is. But he came home and he started selling solar, and he had a really hard time, a difficult time selling solar. He just like couldn't close a deal for like the first 3 months, and he was thinking about quitting and all kinds of things because like it was hard for him. And he ended up reading this book and doing this 21-day fast, a Daniel's fast, which is at the beginning of the year. And basically he went on this fast for 21 days. Like, you give your first month to God, and then like as a tithe, and then the rest of the 11 months or whatever, God blesses you, and that's kind of the theme of it. And he decided to do this fast, and after he did that, it wasn't the next month he broke like all the records in the company for the most sales. He became the #1 solar salesman, and just some really big things started changing in his life after he did it. And so I watched all of this transform, and I was in a dark place in my life. So things really weren't going that well in my life. Like, I was a college student, and I was taking 18 credits a semester. I was also working 40 hours a week, and I was also having also trying to be a college athlete, which wasn't going well because I really sucked at rodeo at the time. I wasn't very good at rodeo, and I remember, like, my mom had cancer. I had no money to, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, and I had this girl that I really liked, and she didn't want anything to do with me, and she stopped talking to me, and I just felt heartbroken and felt discouraged, and I felt like a failure, and nothing was going good. And it was like really dark place. And I remember looking back on that, and I thought about my brother, and I decided to do what my brother did. So I read this book. It's the name of the book is called Fasting. It's by Jennison Franklin. He's a pastor in New York, and that's what him and his church does, is fasting. And I don't know where I was really at with like God and everything, because I kind of felt like I don't know where my testimony is with God and everything, but I won't get into that. But I decided to do this fast for 21 days, and I got my parents to do it with me. And I was nervous that it wasn't gonna work because I was already underweight, and I was a calf roper, so I thought it was gonna be a sacrifice. And after I did it, nothing really changed that much for me. But looking back, I can see the course of events that just kind of like unfolded after that. But it's taken me 2 years to recognize. So it wasn't 2 weeks later, I know that my parents found Prove It. All of a sudden, my family relationships started getting better. Financially, I've changed like a ton. My relationships with just my friends and family. I also found this awesome coach, Ken Shizao. He's probably the best ever. Taught me how to rope better. I've also gained, because of Prove It, like I've also gained like I know 18 pounds. I weigh 185 pounds now, and I was only 160 back then. And so like all those things that I used to worry about really changed since then. And so I don't know where you guys are at, but I just thought it would be selfish if I didn't share that with you guys, because it's been something that really changed my life, this fasting, going on a fast. So because of that, I'm going to do a fast, and I think it's more powerful when you do it with other people. So if you want to do this 21-day fast with me, I'm probably not going to bring it up with anybody else, but if you want to, and that's something you're interested in, just personal message me and we can do it together, and we're going to plan it. So that is my experience. I love you guys, and I'm really excited to do it, because it just shocked me that I wouldn't be here in Dallas Fort Worth, like, doing what I'm doing if I hadn't had done something different. So it's gonna be awesome, and I will talk to you all later.